Um, Hello everyone, and welcome to today's KubeEdge SIG AI. Hello everyone, welcome to today's KubeEdge SIG AI meeting. I'm the host, Shijin. First, let me introduce KubeEdge SIG AI. KubeEdge SIG AI focuses on AI and edge cloud synergy with two main projects, Selena and Llanos. Selena enables edge cloud collaborative AI with support for joint inference and federated learning across major AI frameworks. Llanos provides benchmarking tools and test cases for evaluating and optimizing distributed AI solutions. And now let's move on to today's agenda. First, we will have the international session. And the first issue in the international session is about the RFX Mentorship Outterm project by Zimu Zheng. So now, hello Zimu, you could share your screen.
Yeah, I see. Abstract is also online. Good. Could you hear me? I wonder whether I have to pronounce the name right. Is it fine? Or maybe I don't know. Um, Abby said, could you open your mic? Maybe it is the first time, so you may want to introduce yourself to our community members.
好像掉线了，
对，
可能他正在重新连，也许他需要有一个带麦克风的设备啊。
对，我们可以稍微等一下。 We see Abhishek is coming back online. Hi, Abhishek. Could you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you. Hello, everyone.
Great. It is the first time you come into this community. Would you mind to introduce a little bit about yourself to our community members?
Yeah, for sure. So I am Abhishek Kumar, and currently I'm a fourth year computer science undergrad, and I'm so happy to be part of this mentorship, and I'm like literally so happy to be a part of this, and looking forward to learn a lot from you all, and like learn in this like mentorship, and want to make as much as I can do from this.
Great. Thank you, Abhishek. Um, oh, by the way, did I pronounce your name right? I'm not very sure.
Yeah. It's Abhishek Kumar. Abhishek.
Abhishek, right?
Yeah.
Okay, okay, great. Um, I can also introduce myself a little bit. My name is Muzhen, and I'm currently the co-chair of KubeEdge SIG AI and also the mentor of the two LMX mentorship program this term. Um, my research interest is basically on the benchmarking, also some um, um, other like AI techniques like multi-learning, lifelong learning, and so on. Currently, I also working on some embodied learning benchmarking things. Um, there is other members online, and for example, our Shi Jinghu, he is also uh, the reviewer in our Cubase Janus. So if we want to submit any pull request to the community, we have a we need a LGTM from our Jing. So we need to make sure all our work is very well understand by our reviewers. And there is another reviewer, our Taming. He is the reviewer of Cubase Sadhana. It is another sub project of our Cubase SIG AI. And we also have other members like Wuhan and Jiazhe. They are also working on other projects on Cubase Janus. That is the people online for this meeting. It is a pity that Ronak is not online. Ronak is also another mentee of our LMS mentorship program this term. But we are recording, so I think it will be fine. Maybe you can we can still go on, and maybe Rona can take some minute to watch the video replay, something like that. Then then we then we can start our kickoff meeting this week. Wait a minute. Could everybody see my screen, right?
Yes, we can see our screen.
Right. Okay. Then we have in the because everything is online, so I think it is trying to go on for the kickoff meeting. And Ronald, if you are looking, you are watching on this replay, please also let me know if you have also any questions or any advice to on your mind. Feel free to let us know. Okay. Then we'll start the very first, the introduction of our LMS mentorship program, term 3. As we all know, the, we have or for every term, it will have the proposal and application first, and we have done that on July and August, respectively. Then it comes to the application review, and we have quite a few candidates this term, up to 10, and then we have a pretest, and then we have 2 candidates performing very well on the pretest, and that is our Abhishek and also Ronak, and then we have the notification on August 27th, and then it is about to start on September the 8th for the distance program. There is 2 very important deadline or milestone we need to achieve in this program. The first one would be the midterm evaluation. It will be on October, so we still have 1 month or more, about 5 weeks to prepare for the midterm evaluation. That midterm evaluation, most of the time, it depends on the community itself. For KubeEdge Janus, we conduct the midterm evaluation by looking at the mentee's proposal. So if the proposal could be accepted and merged into KubeEdge Janus the code space, then I think the midterm evaluation will be fine. That evaluation will be important because it is about the first stipend payment. So if the midterm evaluation pass, then the first stipend payment will be ensured. So that one is an important milestone. And another very important milestone, of course, is about the final evaluation. Then in that case, the final evaluation will be on November the 25th. So we have almost 3 months to go about that. And then on the final mentee evaluation, we are expected to see that our mentee can conduct all the outputs, make it feasible to produce a pull request that contains the implementation of all our, for example, codes, documents in a implementation pull request. So again, the final evaluation would be fine if the implementation request is merged into our KubeEdge SIG AI. That is our final evaluation. Then if the final evaluation passed, I think it would be fine for the second and the final stipend payment. So that is the program introduction for the LWeb's mentorship term 3 2025. I don't know, so far so good. And are there any questions? I don't know, maybe from Abhishek. Do you have any questions about this timetable?
Yeah, it's clear. I don't have any question.
Great. Okay, then I go on. And then what is expected from our mentee? There is also some code of conduct. Maybe I can put it the link on the chat box. Wait a minute. Okay. Here's a code of conduct we may need to follow, and then other expectation may include, okay, we are expecting our mentee to have a full-time program. That means we need to ensure 32 to 40 hours work per week, and then we can have some connections together. By mostly we have our routine meeting every Thursday. Of course, like this one. We can discuss all our findings and any questions or any comments on this meeting, and also our reviewer will be on this meeting. And then in when we participate in the LMS mentorship program, we will gradually learn how to communicate with our reviewers and other things that we need to do in the open source way. And then we are also expected our mentee to be responsive to each other, and also the program administrator. Finally, the last but not the least, we are expecting our mentee to comply the deadlines. For example, the midterm one and the final one. Okay. Again, the midterm one, we need to have our proposal merge into the community, and in the final evaluation, we need our implementation PR to merge into the community. Okay. This is about the expectations. Sorry. And then on week one, then we have two things to do. First is to set up a weekly meeting, and the second one would be to set up the work environment. So I think we are doing that, and then because we have already conducted the pre-test, so I think our mentees' work environment should be going fine. And again, we introduce our routine meeting. It conducts in a weekly manner. 16:30 every Thursday, or UTC 8. The link is a fixed one, so every time it is this using this link, and I will put it on the chat box. But I think both Abhishek and Ronaldo have already received our email, so I think could be fine. We also have the best practice. We have conducted the LMS manager program for several times, and I think that is some kind of thing that it would be important to ensure that all the project is going good. First is the public communication channel, and we choose the weekly meeting as a communication, the most frequent way that we communicate, and that is mostly the stable one. And then Slack is not used in most our members, so I think it would be fine if we use email if we have some urgency or some tiny things to discuss, we can still use email. That is accepted by our KubeEdge SIG AI. Then we need to participate in the community activities. Of course, it is still mostly the meetings. We do not have too much other overhead, I think, in our KubeEdge SIG AI. There is some cases that we have other things to focus and may have some absent. And in that case, please let your mentor know. I think it will be fine if we let each other know if we have some absence, maybe 1 week before the routine meeting. Okay, and then there's other best practice. For example, we may have quite a few questions, and it would be suggested if we can do some research to find the potential problem and potential solutions before asking the questions. That could make things more easier. Sorry. And then again, the evaluation deadlines are super important. So my suggestion is that that is also the best practice listed or at the end. It is to submit your work early, as soon as possible. For example, I even suggest that you can create your proposal pull request right away before the next week, and then we can have some discussions on the next routine meeting to see whether the first version of our proposal is fine, and are there any critical comments from our reviewers. So submit your work early, okay? That could be very helpful to make sure that your PR would be ready for the community on time, and then can make sure that we can have some results or before the evaluation deadlines. So I think that is important. Finally, there would be some useful link to show what mentee and mentors could help each other. I also put it on our chat box. Okay, and hopefully that could be useful. Another thing would be I think everybody have already know our report, so no need to stay there. But we also have some documents, especially for our Janus developers. Most of the time you can find some answers from our documentations. But there is some examples that may not doing very well, and that is the first topic of our LFS mentorship program, which is conducted by Abhishek to fix our example. And then for Ronak, he is tackling the embodied intelligent data set for a better benchmarking. So my suggestion that because we were already conducting our pretest, and I think it would be good if we follow up the pretest outcomes and try to implement it or did it in a more comprehensive way to let our community see what we can do in the 3 months journey. Yeah. Okay. So I think there would be some useful informations for our mentees. I wonder whether we have any questions or anything to discuss.
I have one doubt, which channel we will be using for main communication, like on Slack, which channel we will be using?
Yeah, as mentioned, the Slack is not available for most of our members, so I don't suggest that. I think basically we have 2 ways to communicate. The most important way would be our routine meeting. Like this one, it holds every Thursday, and that one because all our reviewers and our members attend this meeting, so it could solve the problem in a most effective manner. And then of course we have some major or some tiny things to discuss in that case. We can let each other know by sending emails. For me, I would check my email like every minute. Yeah, so we are using our email in a very effective way. So don't, I think we don't need to worry about that. And you can always find me on email. And we also our mentors do not use the Slack very much, so maybe we can use email instead. And in some cases that the email it did not for example, we need to show some codes or show some images. Another way is that we can discuss all our things on the issues. As we know, we have already put our, for example, this one, the example restoration issue, right? Now Abhishek can assign you as yourself as the owner, the assignees, and then you can just put your, for example, questions or discussions or any findings that you want us to know on just under the issue, and we will take a look at it. That is also some very effective way. I also suggest that because we have quite a few people watching on the issues. So when we have our discussions on the issue, it could let our reviewers and other key members know all the backgrounds in a more effective way. So I also suggest to let us communicate on the issue. It will be very appreciated. Then we do not need to send a lot of email to people that may not that interested about our project. So let those critical people know about what we have done. Okay. So I think that is the most recommended way we should use by commenting on the issue under the issue. And then for some tiny discussions, we can turn to our email, and for formal decision or some kind of for example, presentation or sharing, we can use our routine meeting. Okay, so I think this 3 ways will cover all our needs according to our past experience.
Yeah, I got it. Okay.
Great. Okay. So I think everything goes well. And any other questions?
Not exactly. I'm not having any question. This was all.
Great. And then everything goes well. Then we maybe we can maybe we can end the kickoff meeting now. And then I think the first week, as we had discussed, you can set up your work environment and then prepare for the next meeting. For the next meeting, I think we are expected to see a new pull request showing what we are going to do by writing some kind of proposal. I think maybe we can share a little bit about the proposal. Mostly it goes like this. Before we do any coding or implementations, we always have some proposal to describe what we are going to do to this code space to all our members and reviewers. So this is what we call the proposal. Then it locates in the documents, the proposal. So everybody can see the code space, right? Okay, and then we have our proposals. For most of the case, our examples locate on the scenarios because when we introduce a new, for example, data sets, we create a new scenario, and for those algorithms that was on existing scenarios, we will put it on the algorithms. I've said that. So most of the time we are working on the scenario, and then here are some different proposals. For example, we may take one as an example. For the proposal, we need to introduce, of course, the background, and then the goals. It shows what we are going to contribute to the community. So that is also very important. And then, well, this one would be a previous one, so it may not written in a very formalized way. Maybe I can take another one as an example. This is the very first proposal of our QS Janus. It creates the Janus report. So I also put the link on the chat box. So this one is written in a formal way. Of course, the first is the background, and then showing what we are going to provide to the community, and then the proposal here is showing the scope. What is included in our program, and not with what is not included in our program, to make everybody understand what's going on here. And then comes about the design detail. First, we have our user flow. How would a targeted user use our program? And then the most important one, the architecture. So as everybody might know, Janus have 4 important modules. That is the test environment manager, the test case controller, the simulation controller, and the story manager. So, but in the most of the time, we are tackling the test environment manager and test case controller. For each proposal, we need to let our reviewers know that what is going to introduce in our existing architectures. For example, if we need to revise a data set, okay, then I need to highlight the module here to show that, okay, I'm going to change the data set. Or if we need to revise some, for example, algorithm workflows, okay, then I need to highlight the corresponding paradigm. For example, here, maybe because I want to tackle the lifelong learning one, so I need to highlight that to let our reviewer know that I'm going to modify this module. The test environment manager is used to prepare, of course, the test environment. That includes the data set and the evaluation metric. And our test case controller is help us to launch some test instance or the test jobs. For example, I need to generate a test case to test the single task learning algorithm. In that case, the test instance is created by our test case controller. So most of the case we are tackling the tool, and this tool module would be the key, most critical module in KubeEdge Janus. And then we also have our story manager. That one is for creating some leaderboard or test report in a visible way. So it shows the results of our evaluation, our benchmarking. So this is the critical modules, and also our simulation controller. But this one is also is still under development. So in most of the case, we don't need to revise the simulation controller. So for our proposal, we need to evaluate whether we need to revise these key modules. If so, we need to highlight it on the architecture. Okay. And if we need some more concepts, we can also discuss that in the proposal. As for the module details, we then introduce how we are going to change the modules in a more comprehensive way. And finally, we have our roadmap to show that, okay, for example, in the coming 3 months, what we are going to do for our program. So that would be what we are expecting to see in the midterm evaluation. So my suggestion is that we can take it seriously and then do it submit a proposal as soon as possible to see whether we are going on the right way. From my past experience, most of the mentees are not very aware about the architecture, so they may write another architecture that is entirely different from our KubeEdge Janus, which is not acceptable. We need to, because we are contributing to the KubeEdge Janus, so the architecture should be very much attached to our KubeEdge Janus. Okay, so we need our mentees to take a very deep look at the codes and take very seriously about the architecture to show the what we are going to propose or we are going to modify in the KubeEdge Janus, because KubeEdge Janus is currently using by different developers and in different projects. So it is very important to let us know that what we are going to change. Okay, so this one. And I also have another suggestion that we can also provide some directories to show that, okay, what we are going to, what file we are going to modify in a more detailed way. So I wonder maybe I can find an example, maybe from our current pull requests. I don't know, maybe this one. Oh, that one is broken. Yeah, this one. I also suggest our mentees to provide a file directory to show what is going to have in our program. Of course, we will work on QS Janus, and then we are working on the example, and we will what code we are going to provide, what we are going to change. For example, in this case, it is not only the example. We need to change the for example the library and the documents, provide some, for example, requirements, something like that. So it will make things more it could make it more clear for everyone. Okay, so this is about the proposal. So our mentees can take a look at the one I also put the link on the chat box for your reference. Okay, so I think that would be all about our kickoff meeting, and it should be clear for how this program is going, and what we need to do before next week's meeting. So it's fine for everything, right?
I have one question. Will we be having meetings in between these Thursday meetings, like with my mentor to discuss something, like setting environment for the project, etc.
Sorry. Could you repeat your question again? The mic seems
Will
not going well.
yeah, we'll be having meetings in between these Thursday meetings for like discussing something on my project, like setting up the environment, etc.
You mean could there be any meetings between the routine meetings, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I in most of the case, I don't think so. So much of most of our mentors are employers, or some of them are also still in other works to do, so they may not have so much time to have actual meetings. So by default, we will have our routine meetings and make everybody here to have some discussions. So I don't think there could be actual meetings, and it is there's some, if there is some urgent case in, for example, I don't know, if we have something that we need to discuss for a super long time, and we don't need everybody here to attend, then we may assign some extra meetings, or for some cases that our routine meeting needs to be postponed. For example, we come across some holidays, and our routine meeting may not hold as usual. Then in that case, we may have some extra meeting, but most of the time we might choose to move the discussion to the next routine meeting. So in most of the cases, it works. If we do have something to share, but there is some, for example, the there is some absent for our mentor or mentee. In that case, I also another best practice would be we can share our weekly progress or under our issue. And then invite our mentor and our reviewer to take a look at the weekly progress. That is also a effective way, because it is quite difficult to make everybody on the same meeting, especially for international project. Hopefully you could understand that.
Yeah. Also, one more thing, I have one question regarding my proposal. So, should my proposal will be on the same example on which I will be working in my project, or it can be something else also?
Sorry, I can't follow you. could you speak a little bit slower, for example?
My question is that the proposal that I will be introducing will be on the same example or I was working, or it can be different on what I will be making my proposal. If you can guide me on this.
What do you mean by working on the same example?
I have worked on the example on my playlist. I will be working on that, or I could propose some other proposal, or if it is like that, then on what thing I will be putting my proposal. This is my question.
As for our mentorship, we have a very specific I don't know program. So most of the time we need to focus on our program. As for average check, I think it's fine because the topic itself is quite general. It need to restore the example, right? So we do not specify which example you need to restore. So if it fine, you can pick one to fix. But as for FF's mentorship program, you need to stick on this issue. This one is needed to be tackled in very first priority. That this is on one hand. On the other hand, you're also very welcome to propose other things. If you, for example, you find some new features that we can add for our KubeEdge Janus, that would be very much appreciated. But of course you need to make sure that the progress of this project is going very well. Then you are very welcome to raise other issues or also other proposals to make our open source community more colorful.
Thank you so much.
Okay, and we are looking forward to your proposal and your implementation. Thank you, Abhishek.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming to this meeting.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Okay, and hopefully we can have some discussions on your very first proposal for next routine meeting that would hold on the 11th next week. Okay. Okay, so I think that is the end of this the very first or maybe the only one item for our international section. Then I will pass it to our host.
Hello. Okay, and thanks everyone for joining the international meeting. And now we will move on to the Chinese session. And please feel free to participate or discuss, but we will use Chinese in the Chinese session to discuss the issues and proposals.
Yeah. And because it is the first time for Abhishek, so I may expand it a little bit. There is also some other members in our open source community. But not all our members can speak very fluent English. So in some cases we need to use Mandarin or Chinese. So we also create a so-called Chinese session. So you can feel free to stay, but yeah, as mentioned by Shi Jing, it will be conducted using Mandarin. Yeah.
好的，那我们接下来的话就进这个中文的 session。那个龙老师，您那个屏幕还
OK，
在共享？
我 release 一下，
好。好的，那这样的话，我们进入这个中文 session。然后我们今天的话有下面几个议题，主要都是这个太阳之下的议题。然后我们首先的话也是进行这个 project owner 的，然后一个每周的这个进展同步。然后的话也是就是各位参加的同学也先就是简单介绍一下自己近期的一个工作进展，然后在后面自己的议题中，然后再进一步展开。首先呢就从那个一加德同学那边先来简单说一下。
能听到我说话吗？
可以听到。
就是这周，不，这2周，我主要就是，就是我代码写完，然后我把它打包成刀壳镜像，然后我就尝试在3上部署，然后遇到了一些问题，然后就等会儿仔细说一下。
哦，好的。你那边的 proposal 是已经合入了吗？
proposal，我 proposal 还没有人审核，因为是因为我是那个 Selena 的，可能
对，
哦，
对，可能也得抓紧了，因为现在严格来讲，其实我们可能比原定计划落后了1个月，按理应该是在
就
1个月前 proposal 应该要合了，所以
就我 proposal，我就其实我上周就已经提交了，然后我是
对，
不是应该艾特一下？可能不然
对，
就看不到。
主要是其实要在那个会上跟大家跟 reviewer 去讨论。不过不巧，那个最关键的唐明老师不在，他是女导师，同时是 Sedna 的 reviewer 所以也比较尴尬。然后不过呢，你可以到时候可以先讲一下那个 proposal，对，然后呢，我们先看一下，看有没有太那啥的，然后有没有一些比较明显的那个一些疑问啊，然后到时候我们可以一起看看。没有的话，
好，
可能我们先到时候你可能需要让唐明老师，因为时间确实是拖得，呃就我们的进度可能不太理想，所以可能下次可以找一下那个唐明老师，然后可能给你开个小灶，对吧？然后先在某个时候去跟那个讨论一下。
好的。
对对。Oh, I see also Ronak is online. Ronak, could you hear me? Hello. Hello, Ronak, could you hear me? I see your mic open, but we do not hear your voice.
Hello, sir.
Hello. Here it's Muthu.
First of all, I'm really very sorry and apologize for not being on time on the meeting. I saw the email just right now, and I
It's
apologize
fine.
for that.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. We also have the not have a very not very early email. So since you are online, so maybe I can introduce a little bit about um the the program, but maybe in a very brief manner. We also have the video replay for um, for this meeting, but that could be available maybe in 1 month or two. So and at that time, you may take a look at the video replay to catch more information, and I may select some critical information for you to make it everything goes in a more proper manner. Okay. Um, and I also introduce a little bit about myself. Zimu Zhen, I'm the co-chair of KubeEdge SIG AI and also the maintainer of KubeEdge Janus. Online there is also Shijing Hu. He is the major reviewer in KubeEdge Janus. That means that if we need to propose like no matter it is implementation or some proposals to KubeEdge Janus, he's the most critical one to go through. Okay, so here's Shijing Hu, and we also have Wuhan and Jiazhe, who is also working on interesting projects in KubeEdge Janus. That is our member. Lona, would you mind to introduce a little bit about yourself?
So hello, everybody. My name is Ronak, and I'm basically the first year I'm doing my BTech in college. I'm from India, and it's like since like 3 years I have been following Python, and I am into development, coding, AI, and it really feels very great to be a part of this amazing community through LFX. And you people definitely don't need an introduction. I've been following you people since a long time, writing emails to you people, and I've got amazing response. I've literally got amazing response, and this method of conducting pre-test and getting a response and those ranking systems is amazing. And I'm really impressed how so well these maintainers work on it, review our work, response, give response, and everything. Like, I'm pleased, I'm so happy. And today also there is another mentee, like there are two people selected for this community for this time in LFX. And like there's another guy named Abhishek. He messaged me that you are leaving the meeting. And I was like, thank you so much for reminding me this. And since the morning, I don't know why. I don't know why. I don't know why. Today I did not see my phone and I was so busy with other work. And every day I was checking if any message from the community or any great news I get to know or any kind of meeting. I was checking for it. And today, maybe a little late, but I feel you, I'm on time.
Yeah, but it's fine. You still make it. um, welcome, Ronak. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Okay, then we have many other agenda items in this meeting, so I could just be able to make some very brief introduction, and hopefully that could be useful. Um, the the first one is the timetable, and I think um it is fine, but there's two very important date to remember. The first one is the midterm evaluation, which is on October the 14th. Um, on that case, we need our mentee to have the proposal pull request accepted by the community, merge into the community, and that is important because it is attached by the first stipend payment. If the evaluation goes well, the stipend will be goes smoothly on October 15th. So the first important one would be the midterm evaluation, and the second, the final important milestone would be the final evaluation. In that, before that date, we are expected to see implementation pull request that contains the codes, the documents that mentioned on the proposal. The implementation pull request should be accepted and merged by the community before November the 26th. So, sorry, the November 25th. And then it comes the stipend payment, the final one. So this is the two important data, October the 14th and the November the 25th. We have some kind of expectations. I will put it on the chat box. The most important one to be, okay, we need our mentee to have 32 or 42 hours per week work, and then compile the deadline. Okay. Another important thing will be, okay, we will have a weekly routine meeting every Thursday at 16:30 under Beijing time. The link is a fixed one, so every time it is this link. Okay. So in everyone we set up the weekly meeting, and you can set up your work environment. I think that would be fine for you because you have done very well on the pretest. So I think that would be there would maybe nothing. And then some best practice. Okay, our public communication channel, my most recommended one would be under our issue. So of course the 197, the issue 197, and then we have our weekly meeting. Another important thing would be by default we'll have our international session every week to discuss our progress. If there could be any absence, and please let each other know. Might be 1 week before the routine meeting, so inform each other to make things smoothly. Finally, besides the evaluation deadline, I think it is also important to submit our work early. First we need to submit our work to let our reviewers and other members know what we are doing, and then it can ensure that our pull requests are accepted enough attentions and comments, and then we can meet finally the evaluation deadline. So my suggestion would be to provide a proposal pull request even in this week or before the next week's routine meeting. So we can have it discussed by our reviewers and community members right away to make the common tackle as soon as possible. Okay. Sorry, my computer face a little bit problem. And then some useful link. I will probably put it on the chat box. So you can read it afterwards. So that is about it. And then for our next routine meeting, Lonak will try to provide a proposal, which is already on the pretest, but maybe we need to do it in a more Janus way. For example, here is an example proposal for you and Abhishek to look at it. This is the very first proposal about KubeEdge Janus. This proposal launched the KubeEdge Janus project. You can take a look at it. As usual, we have our goals, our scope, or not in the scope, design details, for example, the user flow, the architecture. The architecture is the most important. I have take a look at all our proposals. So we need to have a architecture for our program to show what is going to be modified in our program. Okay, so for example, if we need to introduce a new data set, in fact, we are changing the test environment manager by introducing a new data set. Test environment manager basically includes the test environment, of course, the data set and the metrics. So if we need to replace or add more data set, we need to let our reviewers know about that. And the test case controller, it creates some test jobs based on the test environment. It aims to test a detailed algorithm. So if we need to do any change on the algorithm, or we need to introduce more paradigms, we need to change the test case controller. And other modules are still fine. So we need to take a look at whether we are going to change these two core module, and what is going to be contributed to the community. You can describe what we are going to do on the detail modules, and then I can also put this link on the chat box. Oh, I have already done that. And then it is also suggest that we can include the directories that we are going to modify or add in the program. For example, like this one, it shows the file directories. Okay, we of course we are under KubeEdge Janus, and this proposal, the privacy blah blah framework, is going to work on the example directory, and then it adds some blah blah Python files. It not only change the examples, it also need to change the library, the add some documents and add some requirements, for example. That is so on the file directory, so everybody can know that, okay, in this project, what is included in this project. So I think adding the file directory is also important in the proposal. So I also put this link in the chat box. So that is the critical informations for the LBS term 3 program. So any questions from Ronak?
Well, thank you, sir. Thank you so much for the introduction and everything. I have one question. Like, uh, my topic is embodied intelligence at industrial benchmarking and all. So
Yes.
basically, there were like different situations. Like there was operation, there was locomotion, and for the pretest, I had submitted one of the chosen of my own choice.
Mm-mm.
I just wanted to know that what is going to be the new data set? Like if you people are going to decide it, or I need to add it from my side. That can be anything, or it is pre-decided.
No, it is not pre-decided. So we also judge the ranking of the pretest by taking a look at the data set that every candidate proposed. So the pretest, you pass the pretest and have the highest ranking. So I think our reviewers is fine about the data set you choose. So I think you can just take what you want and what you are going to do to the proposal. And we can discuss it after your proposals formally presented to the community. But personally, I think it is fine. This topic is not do not have a pre-decided data set to work on. We are expecting our mentees to create a brand new data set for our the whole community.
Very great. Okay, great to know that. So the first week before the next meeting, I need to open a proposal where I need to mention the new architecture, if my data set is going to change any the core module or the core infrastructure. So that's what the first proposal should include.
Yes, and because you are introducing a new data set, maybe you can include the description of the data set into the proposal. So it could make things more much clearer.
Okay, like one more question. Like, do I take forward the same data set that I chose for the pre-test, or I should create something brand new, or the same data set that I created for the pre-test, should I modify it and should I update it to a better level?
Um, I think it depends on you. If you think the pretest data set is already good enough, so you can still working on it. I think everybody is fine on that. Or you have some more better ideas, you can also show it to the community, and we are also very happy to see that. So I think it is fine. So it is now a super open question. So it all depends on you. So you have so much freedom to work on this project.
Okay, thank you so much. About the meetings and the communication part, do we have any separate meeting group or a Slack channel where we can communicate, or is it going to happen through emails?
Yes, in most of the case, we because not all our members can log in on Slack. Um, so my suggestion is that um, first we do not have separate meetings in between our routine meetings. That is one. Uh, for another, my suggestion is that since we do not have have everybody to log in on the Slack channel, so but everybody is fine to um, log in on our GitHub. So my another suggestion is that we can discuss our issues in for example under the 197. So if we have any progress or anything to discuss, my first this recommendation would be we discuss under the issue. That is I think that is a good idea because not only the mentor need to know about the what is happening under this issue, but also our reviewers and our critical developers need to know what is happening. So those one that are interested about our issues are mostly are watching on it. So that is that could make the discussion more focused just on our project. So I think that is a good one. And you can assign you as another engineers working on the data set and have discussions here. For some cases that you might not need everybody to know, for example, some tiny questions to discuss. You may use some email. I'm checking my email in a minute manner. So so I think it will be fine. But may not be super super timely because we also have other we are also employees, so we have many other work to do. But I think we can. I think we will see your email. Yeah. So that is for some urgent manner, and you are very welcome to reach us by email. Okay. And in most of the case, I think the issue will be a very good way to communicate. And then we also have this routine meeting. So I think that is the three way we communicate with each other and think. And from according to our past experience, it works well.
Well, excellent. I don't have a problem. If it is working for the previous candidates, then why not for me?
Yeah. So I think that especially the issue it keeps everybody focus and let everybody engage in the game. So I think that this one it is very meaningful for our community to have more discussions, and that is good. And then we are also looking forward to what we are going to propose and what we are going to implement, or we are going to contribute to the community. Very excited to see that. So so move on, and maybe on next week we can you can show the proposal you are going to let our community know, and then we can have more detailed discussion on that.
Yeah, of course I will do.
Great. Okay. So so I think that is the end of this session. So we have discussed the timeline of the FS program, and then we discuss what we are going to do, and what we are expected to see, and then I think that is all. And then for this week, we can have our more detailed discussion next week, 11th September. Still 16:30 Thursday in UTC the Beijing time. Okay, so okay, we have still other topics to discuss, and then see you next week, Ronak.
Yeah, of course, sir. See you next week with the updated work and the updated proposal, everything.
Great, looking forward to that.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Okay, and then in fact, we have two sessions, and this one's the international. Now it is the end of the international session, and we still have our Chinese session because not all our members can speak fluent English. So we sometimes we have to use Mandarin. You are fine to stay, or you are also fine to lead this meeting. Is free. And then but we are using Mandarin or Chinese in the next section. Okay.
But so because I don't understand Chinese, so I will have to leave the meeting. But I will surely see the recording session to understand what you people speak and to just detect about everything what's happening.
It's fine. It's fine. Yeah, I think yeah. Yeah, you mean Chinese is not super easy for everyone. So yeah, we appreciate that. And thank you, Ronak. Thank you for your understanding. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Okay. Then we move on to the Chinese session. OK，那我们嘉泽咱要不继续？
好，我看，刚刚那个嘉泽，要不继续说一下？
对，我刚才讲到哪来着
那我就开始共享屏幕了吗？
？OK，可以啊。那我们可以稍微看一下那个，我们刚才讨论到说看一下那 proposal 的。对，不好意思，今天比较复杂，今天那个刚好两个同学都是新上来，还有不小心搞错时间，然后
proposal 其实我2周前就已经提交了，然后因为上次会是郑老师不在吧，然后可能我们后面就不了了之了感觉。
有那个 pull request 上次我忘记了是不是就是当时在公信那次然后我记得好像中间网络不太好，然后是不是我忘记了是不是那次？
对，是的，
OK，
是的，就
那比
次，然后
较可惜。
后来就
对，那当时对不过当时石金老师在，不，所以当时唐明老师好像是在的，对吧？Enjoy，
我知道了，因为我这个分支是代码的分支。
哦，
就是我现在是这样的，这样是不是不太好看？对，就是这样的。然后图的话，就是这个是流程图，然后然后这个图我就放在这里了。
OK，
然后其实这周我碰到的问题是，就是嗯，就是
等等那
那个
个是关于 proposal 的吗？还是
不是 proposal，就是在具体实践中嘛，然后可能跟 proposal，可能 proposal 也要对应的改动，有可能因为就是呃就是找一下，就是在之前的那个例子中，就 joint inference 这个例子中，它不是就是这个是它那个主的那个 joint inference surface，然后它不是还有2个 model 的那个 CRD，它创建了2个 model 的 CRD，然后它的那个 model URL 其实是放在这里传进去的。然后如果我现在就要在这边传 URL，对吧？那我是不是就是在这边放？就比如说我现在要换成，就是现在我要换成就是类似这种，就是放一个就是 API 的地址，就 base URL，或者放一个 Hugging Face URL 进去，是不是应该这样放？然后这个 format 我查了一下，好像之前的例子中应该只有那个这一个例子中用了，所以这个 format 可能我不知道我到时候应该怎么填，这是一个问题。然后还有一个问题就是， 还有个问题就是我昨天碰到的，就是如果我这样填的话，它那个 Edge Node 会挂掉，因为它好像不知道在哪里会把这个东西给它加上，就会加一个这个前缀，
会加个 home 还是什么？
就会加个 home 杠 data 这样的东西，
嗯嗯，
就它就是表现出来就是在它那个集群里，诶
这么奇怪，就相当于某种程度上，是不是 home data 会不会在哪里被设置成，比方说跟目录之类的？我不知道之前
对，
咱的一些 YAML 文件，按理这些东西它应该是都是根据那个 YAML 文件的配置来选定路径的。我不知道会不会有我们的 YAML 文件需要在哪里去填一个根目录，然后会不会在那里的时候就放了 data 之类的？
就它这个东西，你看它是这样的，
它有个
就
data
是这
path
个
prefix。
就有个 data path prefix，然后这个东西不是我填的，就你看上面这些小写的，就都是我那个文件里的嘛。然后
嗯，那如
这后
果
面都是，
那如果 data path，我不知道啊，为什么 data path prefix 会跟那个 model 会有关系？就确实很匪夷所思，对吧？嗯
就是它是所有文件的根目录都是这个，就都是这个
嗯
data path prefix。
对，这里可能需要定位一下。按理来说，它是可以改其他的，比方说像 dataset 的目录，它是可以都加一个这个东西上去。但是呢，呃，按理不应该施加到 model 上面，就很怪。除非他认为 model 也是一种 data，对吧？但这
就而且
这个认知就很奇怪，
而且我也没有找到它在哪里改的，说实话，就是就算看够代码，看够代码的话，它在这里，就是它这个是一
那
个一个默
呃，
认值罢了。
如果我
然后
们我们把这个 prefix 直接，比方说，我直接就空掉它，或者设置成一个，对吧？就不加这个东西的，
但是这个东西它不是就 model 用了呀，它应该就是它会有很多东西都要用，我感觉
嗯嗯，感
就
觉这
鬼
项目更
知道它哪里用了。
对，我觉得，不知道，然后这里可能得跟唐明老师对一下，当然现在有几种做法，对吧？一种是胶水做法，就是我只是为了跑通，对吧？这种情况下，我们是可以考虑实在不行把 model 放到那个它是它附加的那个上面，我们就先不 debug 了，就只是让它先通起来，对吧？这是一种，然后第二种就是我们得去定位一下。然后两种要么去考虑那个，它这个 prefix 为什么会加到 model URL 这上面来，这很奇怪，对吧？然后可能要定位这个，要么是那个，看 dataset prefix 本身是不是有可能怎么改动，然后让它即便加上之后也不影响我们的那个 model URL，这两种做法都行，可能跟那个可以跟唐明老师讨论一下。我个人的想法是，单那个我建议就胶水先做一下，就他既然这么加了，那我们要不先把模型放一份在他这个目录下面，然后先把，因为其实不是这个项目最关键的地方，对吧？然后先让
哦，
它跑起来，然后我们后
就
面找时间
就是你的意
再定位。
思是，就是你的意思就是说我就是 Hugging Face，我就那个 download 一份在这个目录下嘛。
对，然后让它先能跑起来，然后
但
我们列个 issue，然后把这个现象描述一下，然后到时候我们再找时间去，如果我们这次项目做完有时间，我们把这个 issue 给修了。
哦，好的，
对，这样可能不太会耽误你这个项目进展啊。
嗯，
OK，这是这个，那咱继续，你可以记一下。
好，嗯。 然后好像暂时就没有其他问题了。
OK，那我们稍微看一下那个 proposal。一个是之前的那个架构图还在吗？
就就唐老师觉得这边放这个，他觉得就唐老师觉得放这个图，然后我这个放后面可以吗？
前后位置这样放没问题，但我们当时不是讨论说还是要画一个架构图嘛，就是
啊，
根据
这就是
set 的。
这就是架构图，
呃你上面那个是
上面
流程图
的这个是流程图。
，OK。那我们看一下，如果你说下面那个是架构图的话，我们稍微撇一下，我们先看架构吧。呃，我们是打算加那个，我想想，之前 join inference 是之前已经有的特性，对吧？所以其实我们有些东西是不需要改的。按理来说鞭策按理来说是不需要改的。然后呢，high example mining，嗯，有个问题是那个 high example mining 和它的流程可能发生了一些变动，对吧？然后呢，这个事情，待会是我们一个是需要讨论的。然后第二是那个另外一个修改是那个，以前是大模型的直接真的放了一个模型进来，然后现在是要连成一个 Hugging Face 的一个服务，对吧？然后主要是这两个事情。然后第二个事情，其实你已经提到了，就这 Big Model Service，对吧？这里绿色的部分其实标了一下，说我们可能需要动一下这个。然后呢，下面这个，嗯，这么标不是太明确，但是呢，也，嗯，有没有在哪里提到说我们准备怎么修改这个 Join Inference，就绿色的这个框？
怎么修改 joint inference？
因为按理来说标绿色应该是指说我们打算修改这里，对吧？
并没有，这个颜色是我随便取的，其实。
啊，其实不该这样的，就是一般来说，我们画这个架构的话哈，然后最好是因为它已经有一些代码，其实之前已经是有的了，然后本来就在 set 那里面，对吧？所以我们不需要动，比方说 local controller 啊，global manager 这些都不需要动，对吧？然后呢，呃呃，但这算是小问题吧。然后但其实最好是能你有个图示，对吧？就是讲清楚，OK，我标这个颜色的话，它是个容器，对吧？比方说，在我看来啊，就按理我没有理解错误的话，你现在灰色的部分其实是个容器，对吧？然后呃有个 pod，然后去 run 这些 module，然后接下来底下有一些，比方说你本来就有的东西。像 local controller、global manager 和里面的 worker 这些其实后面都会被东西拉起来，其实也都还好，也是 Sedna 已经有的东西，所以我觉得那些你可以用一个统一颜色标注。然后呢，接下来或者说 Sedna 包括 Sedna 的 lib，对吧？这些都还 OK。嗯，灰色是 pod 吧，是吧？然后黄色是在里面的一个 worker，然后呢，蓝色是固有的一些本来的代码，然后呢，其实你那这样子的话，绿色就你正好其实是把你要改的东西画了出来的，其实还好。虽然你没有意识到，但是好像我觉得现在这个其实，也能解释过去啊，也能解释过去，没事。你后面补个图示，我觉得就可以了。就到底这些颜色什么意思啊？我觉得至少是要表达一下，说你绿色其实是你现在打算要改的东西。嗯，然后也要改的东西主要有两个，一个是 Join Inference 的流程，第二是那个大模型的那个服务方式，对吧？这两个是要改的。呃，
嗯，
然后那么就来了一个问题了，那大模型的服务方式相对好理解，那个 reference 打算怎么改？就它主要的一个变动，其实你在文字里面我倒撇到了，就是说你打算其实主要是要改它的 inference then mining 还是 mining then inference，对吧？就主要是这个。 你回到架构图那说 this then the global manager of Sedona will pass the configuration file to the ACE maker use this parameter to determine 什么什么什么，我觉得 OK。然后呢，也就是说其实是其实它的那个模式变更是通过那个 mining mode 这一个参数去设置的。
是的。
OK，行，那我 OK，那加个图，我觉得把你我理解稍微加个图示，其实也是可以接受的。然后需要改变的部分，可能somehow highlight 一下，至少你要标出来说 OK，比方说你说绿色其实是我们想要改的东西，对吧？然后就在图里面 highlight 一下，我觉得就可以了。OK，这
好的。
是这个比较简单。OK，然后我们来到那个流程图。OK，流程图我觉得也 OK 了。就上次我们也是问到这到底是怎么变的，然后你也提到了，其实是通过这个
就加了
mining
一个
node
直播。
对，就盖了个 mining node。行，那我也看明白了。OK，那流程图也没啥问题。最后就是那个文件夹结构，我记得上次好像是已经 OK 了，对吧？再我撇一下吧。
对，
我
文件夹
记得
结构
唐明老师好像也看过。我
应该
我我我这边觉得
也
好像还行。
是。
对，应该还好，因为我们也暂时不涉及那个什么压模文件啊、解析上面的事情。OK，那我觉得现在其实基本上可以了。我这边，你回头把那个图稍微就是很简单，就是把那个图示刷一下，然后讲清楚我们要
好的。
改的就是那两个模块，然后我这边就已经 OK 了。然后呢，后面就看那个唐明老师那边，如果他 OK 的话，我们就尽快的把这 proposal 合进来。
好的。
好嘞。行啊，那我们这个议题就先到这，然后回头价值最后跟唐明老师对一下，如果他 OK 的话，他也给个 LGTM，我理解应该就没什么问题。
好的。
好，挺顺利的。
好的，那我们就下一个请那个吴文涵同学来，介绍一下自己最近的进展。
哎喂。
喂，可以听到。
好的。然后我这2周主要的话就是，就是把之前的代码重新整理了一下。对。然后因为之前就是，就是子墨老师您说的那个问题，就是上一次开会的时候就已经解决了。对。然后 proposal 里面，
太抽象了。上次什么问题，然后怎么解决的？
对，就是上一次就是有2个问题。第一个问题就是说，就是不要开一个新的范式，然后去用一个参数去，传进去。对，
喂，
就是
文涵，你要不直
这个问题。
接共享屏幕开始讲吧？反正我们
好的。
也没。
对，可能大家因为太久没讨论了，所以可能一下那个 get 不太到背景。
好的。好，稍等一下。 哦，然后主要的话，这里就是修改一下，因为之前其实就是这个目录下面就是会单独新开一个，对，就是有一个就是 Federated LLM Learning 的一个新的一个范式，然后我现在是按就是之前说的那个，就是按照参数去配置，所以把它合成了，就是按之前说的合成了一个，这个在 Paradigm 下面就一个这样的一个文件，然后
这个文件是本来就在那，对吧？我们要
对对对。
做的事情应该是在这个函数里面改，对不对？这个文件下面去改，对吧
对，因为之前说的是就是那个用参数去配置它的一个流程，对，
？OK
然后
OK，
我就加了一个参数，然后就没有
好，
改之前的
就
那个流程，对，
我们就没有新增一个流程，就是实际上在现有的流程上面去修改我觉得这个比较能接受，
对，然后其
有
他的，
点想起来，OK，
对，然后其他的话，就是上次就是在微信上发给您的关于那个 dataset 的一个小的改动，对，然后
对，那
然后
个是什么回事来着？
哦，
有点太久远了，
呃，我看一下，就是它需要加一个这个，对，就是因为它之前只有一个 txt，对，然后现在这个 data 的格式不一样，所以它就会直接跳过去，因为它这个你是2个 if 去判断，对，然后我目前加了一个这个，其他的也没有做进一步的改动，对，
嗯。因为两
好，
个现在都是文本型的，所以其实还好，对吧？我想问一下，但会不会出现一个情况是那个以后有人用 JSON file，然后他放的不是文本文件，
呃，
比方
那我
说
现在
它是 key value 这种形态嘛，对吧？那
对对，
放个字典，对吧？然后我完全有可能在里面放一些什么结构化数据啊，比方说机器人的一些什么关节数据啊，巴拉巴拉那种东西，对吧？然后那按这种的话，它就会直接默认变成那个文本文件去读了的，对吧？这个会有影响
哦，
吗？
这个其实是没有影响的，对，它只是就去写一行，在这2步里面，它其实不会去解析它后面的，就是它正常的那个具体的一个结构，对，其实就它本身
呃
也没有，就它这里头也没有调用别的函数哦，对，就它本
就
身其实就是在做这个
写的，
Web9，对对，
嗯，
它没
就反正
有去，
反正现在 TXT 和 JSON 是意思就是它的读和写是一样的，就反正不管怎么样，我都是写某一行东西或者读某一行起来的，就并没有去关注它的那个实际上的数据内容。
对对对，就是这个里面就没有关注它的实际的一个内容，对，
OK OK，那我明白了，那我看应该还好，嗯。然后当时我记得我也给那个孟卓也转了一下，然后对，目前来说我们确实还暂时没有看到什么太大问题，我觉得应该还好。OK，行啊，那主要是这2块了，对吧？
对，因为上次就是 proposal 提的话，也就是这2个问题，对，然后我把剩下的那个代码重新梳理了一下，对，主要是这样一个工作。
OK，咱 PR 是交了，对不对？
哦，对，我 PR 我之前就交过了，对，
哎，是第几号来着？
哦
对，最近有那个
哦，应
一些
该是这个。
预测试，所以现在
然后
PR 非常特
上一次，
别多，是
对，然后上一次就是这2个问题，对，
220是吧？我这边被挡住了，看不太清楚。
对，应该是226。
26是吧？26。对，然后那个石金老师也看一下，如果没什么问题，是不是我们今天就给合了？
嗯，
您看看有没有
我
什么问题啊？
我看了，
是不是要压一下那个 commit？
嗯，对，commit 数量需要再压一下，然后其他的我觉得看上去，我觉得基本上应该 OK，就这个文件结构什么的。
OK，那行啊，行，那就回头那就简单了，那就文涵把那个是这样，就是我们社区其实因为大家都在教这些 commit 嘛，那就尽量我们后面写那个 commit message 尽量写的具体一点，就你写 update proposal 的话，然后如果全部 commit 混在一起，其实没有人知道这是 update 什么 proposal 的，然后呢就因为大家都交 proposal，然后
好的好的好的，
完全看不出来是干嘛，然后所以你以后写 commit message 可以写的就是稍微 specific 一点，对吧？然后
好的好的，
那不过这次还好，这次反正我们最后应该是你现在手头5个 commit，看用 rebase 或什么，然后给它压一下，然后 scratch 到那个大概一个 commit 这样子，然后你就直接以你的那个 proposal 的标题，对吧？efficient federated fine tuning framework 或者 proposal of 那个 efficient federated fine tuning framework， blah blah blah， 这样就可以了，就大家一看就知道这是干嘛的，
好的，
对，然后等你压完就应该大家就会给 LGTM。
好的
你压完跟我们那个提一下，就
好，
在那个 owner 群里面跟我们讲一下，说压好了，然后我们就上去给你提 LGTM。
好的好的，
嗯，OK，那很顺利，行啊。
好，那下面就那个请那个吕寻同学来讲一下。
喂，能听见吗？
可以听到啊。
就是我也是，我可能2周之前传了 proposal，就是之前的那个，提了个 PR，然后可能没有看到，因为我看到没有回复，然
对，
后
可以给大家稍微讲一下说，
现在看一下，对，
对，我们现在看一下，主要尤其是之前
就是
提了什么意见，然后我们是怎么改的。
之前是基本上就是整个全部重写了一遍，然后先说就按这个流程图来讲吧。
嗯，
就是最开始它整个大概的流程就是先是
现在
从
咱这个是第几号 PI 啊？
是指的是哪一个？
就 pull
就
request。
是我就是我提的那个嘛，就我提的
对
proposal 的吗？
对，
好像是257还是多少？我看一下，对，这儿257应该是
好嘞，27，
能看见吗？
好的，好，我一边看，然后你先讲，
对，它是这样的，大概整个流程就是之前说就是关于隐私的这一块儿，首先它就是还是说在边上进行推理，然后我仔细的看了一下，它那个就是它有一个 hide example mining 的模块儿，然后它就是去判断它需不需要推上云，如果需要推上云的话，我就先对它进行一个脱敏。然后这里就列举了几个脱敏算法，就是从最简单的，就是我只是给它进行一个就是我最简单就是直接用正则，就是我凡是遇到数字我就跟它换，这种很简单的。然后第二个就是实体识别，然后我就先实体识别它为什么类别，然后再进行替换。然后第三个是用的是一个差分隐私，它主要是做一些数据上的浮动，然后就使这个数据就是掩盖真实数据吧，就这个意思。然后经过脱敏之后，再对它进行一个评估，然后就是这是几个就是隐私方面的指标。第一
嗯，
个就是第一
好，
个这个是
那没事，你先讲。
就是啊有什么问题吗？
嗯，没有，我到时候有些小的了，你先讲完，然后到时候我
好的，
们一起，
好的，
嗯
好的，就是第一个就是说这个，第一个这个指标，它的意思大概就是说，它有多少实体被正确处理过了，就比如说，它是标签被替换或者是造成修改吧。然后第二个就是， 因为我用的那个数据集，它是一个专门做隐私的数据集，然后它那个就是，那数据集叫什么来着？我这儿写了，就是 task，就是一个文本匿名的数据集吧。然后它是相当于它是有一段文字，然后每一个文字它是每个实体后面都标注了它的敏感程度，相当于有一个评分。就比如说它这就是有些是有一些实体它的敏感程度更高，所以它的分数相当会更高一点。然后第二个这个就是做的是一个加权，就是相当于把所有就是给它的这个隐私掩盖程度进行一个打分。就是哪些泄露的实体，然后我就相当于就算它没有完成这个，然后我就把它的那个分数进行一个加权。然后第三个是这个，这就是脱敏之后与原始文本的怎么说呢，相似度的差异吧。因为不是原始，应该是上下文和原本上下文，就是它主要是负责去抵抗这个推理攻击，就是我是否能够从上下文推理出我的敏感信息这一块儿。然后第四，这个就是说，CPP 是指的就是说，脱敏后的文本与原始的敏感句子，它是否，它的语义上的偏差有多大，就是这四个标准。然后剩下的这几个就是，然后这边就是一些延时，就是说，就是整个推理之后的一些评估。包括时延啊，然后吞吐量啊，然后还有一些准确率的一些标准，然后最终然后再把它上云，就大概是这样的一个过程。就相当于是把我们之前的讲的那个就是把之前那个就是之前的那个逻辑把它重新改了一下，是这样的。
CPP 这个指标实际上是差异性是吧？就是我看是
对，就是说
一减 CPF。
是的，是的。
OK，就跟原本的那个文本差异越大，它就隐私保护就越好，就这个大概这个意思。
不是，CPP 是它其实因为是就是说，第一就是上面那个IAR 它其实测的是与原本的，就是与原本就是差异是否更大，然后就算的好像是就是计算它的相似度吧。然后第二个 CPP 是指的是。就是它是语义上的差异，就是我有没有改变这个句子的原本意思是这个样子。就是
嗯
其实你既要
嗯
做到隐私保护，又不能改变原本的意思，就是说，所以这里给了两个指标。
，OK，因为我们其实不是直接对它的那个原文去做那个 similarity，我们是对它的 embedding 去做 similarity，是吗？这个是
对对对。
从这个角度来看但你怎么保证它的那个意思没有变化呀？就通过你刚才上面那个指标呢，还是
说下面这个指标，它其实就是计算，就相当于把它向量化，然后计算那个什么欧式距离，这样做一个相似度的比较。
但是，你刚才说了两个部分嘛，一个是我们一个脱敏的时候，其实还是要保留原有的意思，然后第二是那个在原有意思的保留的情况下，尽可能的去做大它的差异的，然后做大差异这个你用一减 similarity 其实是能看出来了，但是你怎么保持那个语义的那个相似性啊？
您就是我没有很懂，就这个点是在哪里？就是说。
就是这个 CPP 这个指标，我一开始问的问题是，CPP 这个指标是不是就是一个单一维度的，就是我只要评估这个跟我句子原一本句子的差异性就行了，然后它差异的呃越大的话，就说明我脱敏效果越好嘛。然后你说不是，那个 CPP 这个指标是有两层的，它要跟那个首先它要保持它原有的语义在原有语义的状态下去提升它们的差异性才对。我不知道我们有没有理解
不是，
正确啊？不是这
不是，
个意思
不是，不是，
啊啊
不是，其实只是说相反的，就是说， 就是说 CP 这个代表它不是说它的差异越大越好，它其实说的其实是想说的是差异越大，它就是可能就失去了原本的意思，懂吧？就是原本的语义它可能就失去了。就是我这个地方想，其实它应该是它应该是越低越好，是这样的。
但是你看这个名字的命名啊，contextual privacy preservation，就是隐私保护，对吧？这个的性能，然后这个隐私保护的性能越低越好吗？而且你下面也写了 higher CPP means better privacy preservation，对吧？那跟你讲的刚好相反呀，对吧？它这个事实是越高越好呀。
哎，等一下，等一下，你是
对吧？你看你的
对
注释。
啊？因为前两天在做这边的代码，然后可能就改了一下，就可能跟 proposal 有点出入，是因为在搭这边的代码。
OK，那最后到底是怎
那
么回事？
稍等一下，我看一眼我的代码是怎么写的。
对，到底是越高越好还是越低越好？
稍等一下，稍等一下。
其实我觉得
啊，
也本来也可以理解，因为它差异性嘛，语义差异性嘛，那越对于我要脱敏的那句子来说，它差异性越高，就跟原本的那个原本的语句差异就越大，对吧？那我确实就有可能做到脱敏，那它的隐私保护就做得更好，所以我觉得其实原本的解释没什么问题，我只是确认一下，然后没想到你说不是，然后我就懵了，就嗯。
啊啊啊啊！哦哦，应该是就是刚刚那个意思。不好意思，因为我用了两种方法做了一个比较，然后这边这边它的结论可能是反的，所以我记得可能有点问题。
OK，那行，那就
哦，我记
按这个
错了，我记错了，不好意思，不好意思，就是那
啊
个 proposal 是对的，代码也是对的，是我记错了，不好意思。
好，没事没事，那反正我们那我们理解是对的，那就可以。
对对对对对，是我讲的有点问题，不好意思。
OK，那我这块就差不多，然后我们回到刚刚那 proposal 就流程那
行，
里，我觉得那基本上 OK。
哪里有一些问题？
我们回到刚刚那个就是一开始那个流程图。
这里
对，我理解对的话，就是其实我们进来是从那个 Age Model Inference 进来，对吧？然后它不管怎么样，它都会输出一个东西。然后呢，按理这里应该有个输出，对吧？就 Age Device Input 之后，它
哪
做了就左上角这个啊，就有个小的疑问，首先左上角这个 Age Model Inference 是不是入口啊？
哪里？就是说这个对，这个是入口呀，这不是 input 嘛？这是
所以
入口。
那按理你应该画个箭头过来，就是按理是应该有个箭头，你应该是 Edge device input 放在外面，然后
就是这
它有
放在
个箭头，
外面，然后再推进来。OK OK。
对，然后那我们就可以看到是从这里开始，那接下来呢，Edge model inference 有没有一种情况是它就直接输出了？
有，就是因为我看这不反了一个 return 嘛，就相当于说他又回到边关处理了，就是这个意思。
不，我是说那个 Edge model inference 有没有可能直接输出？就是它不上语了，然后我直接给一个边
不是啊，
缘结果，
我
有这种可能
们当时讨论的是，不管3721都要先进行一个推理啊，
这没问题啊。然后
然后给
我是说，先不管3721，不管你是纯编的还是边云协同的，你肯定都要先过边嘛，这没问题。然后我现在说的是那个输出，你刚才说的是输入对吧？反正我不管3721输入都是 Edge model inference，这个我们都是达成共识的，这没问题，我也认这个事情。
嗯，
然后我现在说的是，OK，我过了这个 Edge model inference 之后，是不是你现在是默认我要上云嘛？然后
没
我是说，
有没有，就是我这里这个意思可能稍微画的有点抽象，就是 它的
没有没有
example
我
mining，
知道
它
有可能
这里
有可能
no，
回到 edge 嘛，对吧？有可能回到
对对
edge 嘛，
对，
但是问题是你在 edge 这边没有个出口，那它就有
哦，
可能
就是还
形成一个
要画一个
死循环。
output，
对，按
啊
理来说，
啊啊，哦，OK
对
OK，就是相当于输入和输出就单独列个箭头，是这个意思吗
对，它应该有一个
？OK
输
OK，
入，有一个输
thanks，
出，然后那个输出
好的，
应该跟 cloud model inference 的输出可能说不定都要对齐。
啊，这
我
边也要输出，OK，
对
我知道。
我看，按理你的输出应该是到同一个 console 的，就是说应该是在同一个界面输出的。有呃，我看看
就是
有没有什么
最终
有没有一个什么涂鸦工具我可以用。嗯，奇怪，更新了。哦，在这，我操，它现在放在了侧边栏，就相当于，你能看到我画的线对吧
啊，Yeah，
？OK，然后到时候，啊啊，这个线它稍微有点问题，反正到时候再，这里有个输
啊，
出，
我知道，我知道。
对，就这样，
然后这边也是输出，然后两个都是画在同一个框里，是这个意
对，
思吗
有个 output，那反正这边有个 input 对吧？反正大概这个
？OK
意思。
OK，
嗯，OK，你懂了，那应该就好了。
我懂了，我懂了。
好，然后那流程图大概是这个没啥问题，然后其他我都 OK，嗯，我们到时候就是先过边，然后 Python mine，如果正常的话就 Python mining，然后我决定要上云，那就再做脱敏，然后我有一个检测，哎，为什么等等这两个为什么叫同一个名字啊？这个
哪个？
这个。
哦，哎，可能比武，
哦，OK，
不好意思，应该
啊，
是两个，应该一个是脱敏，一个是检测。
对，哦，那就没问题了。OK，剩下流程都比较好理解。好的，我完了回头我也会留个 comment 的呢。嗯，OK，那然
OK，
后我们看一下架构图。
哦，就是当时说的是可以就不画那个架构图，说的是因为是在 Yanos 上，我就没有画那个架构图。
还是要画一下吧。
就是
嗯
因为我不知道它，架构图到底是需要，呃，我没有太 get 到架构图的那个点，就是它到底是需要做什么？
我给你讲一下，然后你可以把屏幕给我。
啊，我，嗯，
稍等啊，我开一下那个 GitHub。这是我们的架构图，对吧？
哪
能看
有不是？
能看见吗？
能的，
好的，然后我看，呃。涂鸦工具啊，这里，这，是这样子的。就首先我们主要是给社区看一下，说我们到底要改什么东西，对吧？然后现在我们是个云边协同推理，然后呢，啊、基本上是沿用之前的，但是它有几个不太一样的地方，一个是税集，对吧？我们不可能用之前的那税集了，对吧？所以你税集肯定是要换。
对，
然后呢，第二是指标，对吧？你也不可能用之前什么 recall precision 这些，没法评估隐私，对吧？所以这两你肯
对，
定是要改的了。然后呢，然后另外是有一个那个 KubeEdge inference，对吧？那一个是沿用，对吧？就呃大概是这么个，所以你现在主要在 example 里面变化的部分主要是这两个了，然后其他基本上可以不动，但理论上其实是你在那个如果再打开的话，严格来讲你是在那个那个 inference 里面 就这个是边啊，然后这个是云，然后这是那个 high example mining，然后呢，其实是你也可以讲你是在 high example mining 这里做了一个修改，就把在里面加了一下那个就在原本的 high example mining 的后面加了那个隐私的那个检测和什么模块，对吧？然后这个是到时候评审的重点内容，其他地方都可以不看，对吧？反正是画这个图的意义在于 reviewer 们要知道，以及后面
修改的部分，
对你到底这个项目有什么意义？如果跟完全一样的话，然后你是不是复制了一下代码，然后就直接放上来？不是，明显不是，对吧？你做了很多工作，然后这些就是为了显示你的工作，至少应该有三处大的改动，有这个，但他不用去动那 code，主要是在 example 里面去把这两个换了就行，就这么个意思。
是的，是的，是的。
OK，好，那回头把这个图
我再
补一下。
把这个补一下。
对，不是很难，就是我可能就是
啊，我懂的，
需要画一下。
大概就是要把那个要改动的部分列出来一下，是吧？就是。
对就可以了，行啊，大概是这个意思。
好的。
然后最后是那个流程，那个门件夹结构。
我后面写的有点多，但是就是其实写的比较详细。
主要反正在 example 里面，然后 library 我看 library 这里你加了个 library 对吧？
是的。
嗯
就是因为可能涉及
有
到。
必要吗？有必要吗？就我们直接都放在 example 里面有问题是吗？
不，因为不是因为之前说的是，如果要改 那个什么
要改 high
hard
example mining。
mining 的话，对，然后就要放在那个
那我明白了
library 里面。
那倒也是，但按理你应该是改首先你 paradigm 下面肯定不是直接新建一个 privacy aware collaboration 对吧？因为你的 paradigm 没有变化，你还是云边使用推理，不会说因为这个事情
是的。
就变成不是云边使用推理，所以你不太应该直接改整个 paradigm。然后呢，按理应该是你的 paradigm 应该还是在那个什么 Edge Cloud Collaborative Learning 那一个里面，然后它里面应该有一个 hard example mining 的，我不知道是个函数还是个文件。如果它是个文件，对吧？你其实就应该修改那个 hard example mining 那个文件，然后在里面
对对对，它其实就是
去加两个函数。
在改啊。
对，应该是这样。
就是直接在原文件上看能不能直接修改，是这个意思。那
对，
我还需要把这个列出来
也
吗？
你还需要列，但就看两种啦。一种是说，按我的理解，应该是在 YAML 文件里面配是说你打算用一个新的那个 high example mining 的算法，然后呢，就应该是在 example 里面是不是就直接可以换了，就不
其实
需要在
我也是觉
library。
得是不需要在 library 里面用，可以直接在这个里面就直接换掉就可以了。
对啊，我理
对，
解。
但是之
那就
前说是需要在 library 里面换，所以我就把它列出来了。
我现在我感觉听完好像是，对吧？我们确实没有增加新的范式，然后那个
是的，是的。
其实是改了一个 high example mining 的算法，所以
是的，
其实
是的，是的。
就直接换那个就行了。
那我就不需要在 library 里面改了，是的。
对
好的，好的。然后我在这个地方到时候再去看一下改哪一个板块，examples 里面的板块。
对，你可以仔细看一下是哪个具体是哪个文件。然后接下来 example docs，那你应该有个 readme 对吧？就是你这个 example 下面，就我说的上面啊，就上面那个 KubeEdge YANOS，然后 example，然后你就有一个 privacy LLM collaboration 嘛，然后按理应该有个 readme。
就是这个 docs 下面应该是有个 readme 的，那个应该是这样。
没有 readme 按一般是直接就在你那个
直
项目
接在那个录目是
对，
吧？
在跟那里的，因为它是要打开你那个项目的时候，立刻它就渲染
，OK
出来。
OK。是的，是的，是的。
那这样你还需要这个 docs 吗？
那就不需要了。其实
对
我想就是把那个放在里面。
OK，然后看一下其他文件夹是干嘛。dataset
下面就是一
这个文件夹
些
没有，
按
我刚突然发现 example 里面好像还得仔细看一下。这好像 dataset 也不需要。
我
是
就是可以直接，我就是不懂，就是需要我把那个数据集下来，还是可以直接用 Hugging Face 的数据集？
是这样，就是如果 Hugging Face 那数据集呢是直接你也不需要任何修改，对吧？就直接能用的话，那你就直接下来就可以了。然后呢，我们现在说的这个文件夹结构指的是那个呃指的是说，呃，我到时候在社区里面提交的那个实现 PR，它会包含哪些东西？因为你并不会把数据集然后传到 GitHub 上面来，对吧？所以我理解这个
对啊，
dataset 是整个文件夹都不需要。你现在画的这个文件夹，
哦，
其实是你考虑的应该是
对，就是我的代码长什么样子。
对，你的 tutorial，你其实画的是 tutorial 的那个文件夹结构，然后这个你可以留在到时候你的 README 里面，你的 README 里面是应该有一个，对吧？你的 README 里面可以有，就教大家怎么用你这个代
好的，
码的时候，你需要创建这两个文件夹。但现在 proposal
我记一
就
下。
对，你是交到 Janus 的仓库里面的时候是不需要加这两个文件夹的。不然他只会发现加的时候是两个空的文件夹，然后里面没我们因为本来就不打算传数据上来。
好的，好的。哦，我以为就是我的数据长什么样，我就把它怎么搞的。
对，其实是
然后
提上来，然后另外是 test cases 里面是啥呀？
哪一个？
就是 test，就是现在 example 下面还有个 test cases，里面打算放啥呀
这个我本来是想放一些 demo 上去的，就是说，
？demo
就是说，就是不用完整的数据集，然后如果就是用一个数据项目，然后先过一下，就是因为现在我做的那个隐私的
哦
那一部分，我就现在就是做这个，就先跑一个 demo 起来吧，然后到时候再合到那个云边协同的那个流程里面。然后相当于这个 test cases 就是给一个数据，就是我只给一个数据项，然后它是怎么运作的，相当于是这样的一个 test 的流程，是这个意思。是
是这样，然后
其实
那我
这个
理解。
是不需要传上去的，是吧？
我觉得这样就是，如果我们需要不同的 test cases，相当于我其实在那个 YAML 文件下面，我比方说我可以改不同的参数，对吧？然后我也可以替换，甚至可以替换不同的数据集，然后它会产生不同的测试用例，这个我觉得可以接受了。然后甚至我要测
因
不同的
为因
算法，
为我的
当然你
对
来说，
我的目的就是测不同的算法，所以
对
就是这个地方
对，那这
就是
样的话其实也可以，不过你要写清楚，就是 test cases，你打算传好几个，按理你应该是传好几个 YAML 上来，就是你看你评估一下，我们是不是我们一个 YAML 是够不够？我忘记了，我有点忘记了，我忘记 YAML 一个 YAML 里面能不能放多个同时比较多个算法了，我忘记可不可以了，好像可以。你可以确认一下，你可以下
那
来确认一下。
这个我还没有去确认过。
对，你可以回头开一下那个 test cases 那个 YAML，我记得好像好像就叫 algorithm 点 YAML 还是什么玩意，然后你可以看一下，然后看看它支不支持多个算法。如果它本来就能放多个算法，那我们其实是一个 YAML 就能解决，那我们就不需要开新的文件夹。如果不能，对吧？或者说有些情况，比方说我想类似这样做一些对照组一样，就是我这个对照组比较的是A、B、C 三组算法，然后呢另外一个对照组比较的是某一个算法的不同参数，对吧？然后我有不同的这种对照组，那我就需要新建不同的 YAML，然后这种情况我觉得那可以接受，那即便它一个 YAML 可以填不同算法，我依然需要多个那个 YAML 文件，就这种情况下你是可以在这里放一个文件夹。说白
好
了
的好的。
什么意思呢？就是这个东西这个文件夹存不存在，那个主要取决于你下面会不会放多个文件。 如果你要放多个文件，那我觉得这个文件夹确实有存在必要。如果你就是只有一个文件，那它就不太需要一个单独的一个文件夹，你就直接像 README 一样，你就直接放外面得了。所以回头可能评估一下是否需要那个test cases 下面是否需要多个文件。
好的。
另外一个一样的道理 ，test environment 对吧？就 example 下面
就是一样的，一样的。
对，你要评估一下，说它到底需不需要多个YAML文件，因为你写了的话是这样，我们直接定个规矩吧，就是不要写这种空文件夹在那里，你就直接写出来那个，到时候会写到直接到具体的文件那里去，就到时候到底打算在这个仓库里面传哪些文件，对吧？所以你到时候你肯定不会只是创建一个空文件夹，然后里面啥都没有嘛，对吧？你后面去写。OK，
但是我最开始的想法就是传一个就传上去就好，
如果你觉得只要一个，那你就没必要传一个文件夹了，那你就直接放一个，对，放一个 YAML 可以了。OK， 然后那就 README algorithm， 然后到时候2个 YAML， dataset 不要，然后 benchmarking 这个是干嘛的？哦，是指标是吧？用来放
指标。
OK， 也行。我感觉以前我们叫 benchmarking 啊，还是说以前我忘记了其他的不知道其他 example 他们是怎么放的，还就直接叫 metrics， 因为你整个就叫本来整个就是个 benchmarking， 然后对，我觉得可能叫 metrics 可能直接一点。这样的话，我觉得等等，还没完啊，撇一下。然后 example 是没什么问题，然后 docs， 然后下面那个 requirements privacy LLM， 然后 set blah 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 blah， 这些是干嘛的？
这是环境安装，就是可能就是需要提前配一些，比如说我里面用的一些模型啊之类的。
那为什么为什么直接放到了
就是
那个
应该是放在 README 里面，是不是？
没，应该发到 example， 不 sorry， 应该放到你那个 privacy LLM collaboration，
应该放这里面。
对，
因为我自己的文件夹是长这样子的。
对，你传到你不能直接改那个 Janus 的根目录，
对，
那待会其他人不活了就。
行，那就把这个。那其实都是配置文件的，这个是数据集的配置，这下面这个是数据集的配置，然后这个是环境，然后这个是需要安装的库，就是这几个都是相当于是
你可能加个注释吧，因为这几个文件，因为我在其他 example 里面好像不怎么看见，然后privacy requirement 还比较常见，然后其他两个我觉得可能
其实我可以把它直接放在README 里面也行，就是我告诉他怎么去安装这个不就好了。
倒也不是，因为有些 requirements 它确实需要一个就是要裂开的，因为他一个一个去安装，其实比方有些人他其实已经装了，对吧？然后你要求他再装一次也不太合理。然后所以一般常见的形式就是装的时候，然后把那 requirement 带上，然后系统会就在安装的时候会自动去检测说哪些已经满足了，哪些没满足。然后那个依赖链是怎么建设的，就会有 requirements 这个是合理的。然后呢，但你应该但肯定不是放在根目录，对吧？就
好的。
然后那剩下2个是干嘛的 ？Set privacy environment 是设置环境变量吗？还是什么？
就是其实就是因为我是最开始是想的是调 API，然后但是现在感觉可以直接调模型是可以，直接安装模型是可以的。就是这个文件的存在，我还得
哦，就不一定要
到
用
时候再
这个文件了。
对，就这两个是一样的。就是如果之后要调模型的话，可能就需要写一下，就是说你需要写一下，就是设置变量啊什么之类的。
是这样，现在那个泛域的那个它是怎么实现的？它是调外面的 API 的呢，还是它也是
不是，它就是用的模型，就是直接
就直接有2个模型在那是吧？
对。
哦，那就还好。OK，行，
哦，你指的是那个整个的那个吗？它就是它
我就
它它是有
说那个
选项的，
就是
就
as
是
as
就是
cloud as cloud
哦
collaboration 那一
哦哦
个那一个 example，然后呢，它现在是因为它是个 example 嘛，它总得选一个吧？就它到底是放了
哦，
模型还是
它现在的那个是调的 API，但
OK
是它也可以直接安装模型，它是
哦
有选项的，它那个代码是可以直接就是它可以改一些参数，然后它是给了你可以改哪些参数，你就可以选到底是调 API 还是安模型，是这样。
对，那我觉得其实比较先进，还是应该保留，对吧？就应该跟它也一样，应该是可以选的，只是那个配置不一样而已，对吧？那这种情况下
嗯。
会需要你那个 Python 和 YAML 吗？它也没有啊，为什么我们要加这2个文件啊？
是这个是呃，不是因为我代码没有出来，就是我最开始只是这么想的哈，就是说
哦，行啊，那
单
那那
独列一个出来
回头你
写。
那你回头考虑一下，说这2个文件还要不要，对吧？然后那再说。如果你后面觉得说需要新增一些文件的话，尤其是大家不是很就是之前的你要翻译那边他也没有这种文件，对吧？的话，你可能加个注释，就是跟大家讲一下到底这是什么东西。
哦，那
嗯，
那我去参考一下那个，就是之前的那个就是之前您刚提的那个之前上交的那个 example 里面的文件是怎么写的嘛？我去
对
看一下。
对，你看一下那一个，然后参照他那个来，然后如果跟他不一样的话，你就写个注释。嗯，
好的，我知道了。
好嘞。当然理来说，requirement 应该还是需要的，嗯
哎呦，
嗯，因为你的 requirement 估计跟他还不一样，你
是的，是的，
你可能需要
是的，
一些新的算
模型
法包。
是不一，是的，是的，是的，是的。
OK，好，我明白了。行啊，其他我觉得都应该都还差不多。那就大概是这些，然后回头我会
好，
留个 comment 在那，然后回头咱整个改完
然后我
就差不多。
改了，
嗯，
差不多了，是吗
对，我估计就是这么些事。行啊，
？OK OK，
应该很接近了，很接近最终版了。
是的，是的，
好嘞，辛苦辛苦
没事儿，好的，谢谢。
啊，不客气啊。好，那我们就来到最后一个议题。国亮还在吗？
在的。
辛苦。那个，我们今天议题有点多。那国亮来给我们看一下那个。
好的，那我现在共享这个屏幕。
对，我有点忘了，好像之前是我记得好像之前其实已经差不多了，就好像就只
对，就
差一点
是
点。
对，我共享一下屏幕。
好的，
老师现在可以看到吗？
稍等一下，我这边有点卡。咦？哦，有了。
就是上次说到那几个问题嘛。第一个就是都就是这里的这个数据集的那个名称，我就统一都改成了这个 RoboDK Prioritizing DSI 都改成这个，然后这个就是按照上次说的那样，把这图里面这个改了一下，数据集的名称都统一改成这个名称，对，
嗯
就是这个地方，然后就是这个数据集的名称，然后我都改成了这个样子的。然后在这里的话， 就补充说明了一下，就是在我们这个项目中的话，我们是只使用了这一部分的这个数据，然后其他数据的话，等待后续进一步深入研究，等待后续其他同学深入研究。对，
好的。哎哦，等等，我们那个 PR 号是多少来着
197，对，
？19，哦，不是一宿是197吧？我记得是。然后我
一手是197，对对对，一手是
pull
197。
pull request 是，哎，pull request 交了吗？
我把它关了。
倒也不用关了，有没有开起来先？我怎么还找不到？
我这几天把它关掉了，244还是245？
OK
等
OK，
一下，我再打。
是这样，我要给你过也得有个 PR 才没有办法给你过。
好的好的，我先打开一下，等我打开那个东西。
也不一定，没事，那个如果关了就也，
我把那个打开一下吧。
你看看到时候是重新建一个，还是说用回，而且你那个 PR 的那个名字很怪，是不是就那个什么 fix 添加了 industrial one referencing 文件夹是那个吗？
对对对对。
我操，那个命名还注意一下，就一般我们 pull request 的命名就是就按理就是应该是 proposal 冒号对吧？然后你这个项目的名字就按理应该是这个，就一看就知道你是想加一个 proposal 的。
我现在打开看一下。
对，我找到了，我给你发链接。
我要打开一下那个东西。等一下。
好，我在聊天框给你发了链接。
我可能要开一个东西，对，不然我这里直接进去有点慢。等我开一下。老师稍微等一下，电脑现在有点卡。
对，我正在看你的 proposal，其他的架构图我看你也改了，那个就把税级对吧，指标还有那个 YOLO V8这些放进来了。
对。
OK，差不多吧，我觉得。Oh, I see. Pilachi is also online. Could you hear me? Hello, Pilachi? Could you hear me?
Yes, sir, I can able to hear you.
Great. You are very welcome to get on this community meeting. Well, we are now in the Chinese session, so we are talking in Mandarin. So typically we will have international session in the very beginning, and then after that we will have our Chinese session. And now it is the last topic of the Chinese session, so we are enumerate. Yeah. And
So,
yeah.
so should I leave because it's Chinese session and I just interfere in that?
Yeah, but I think it is fine if you have any we are loading some other programs, so you are fine if you want to do you have some for example questions or any idea that you want to let us know, please feel free to speak out. Yeah. Yeah, currently we are conducting 2 LFS program, but besides that, we are also have some active members working on KubeEdge Yanos projects. For example, what do you see now is Guoliang is working on the also the embody intelligent project. He's working on some to create a new industrial manufacturing data set. Um, so I don't know. Actually, do you have any topic that you are interested in this community? Do you have any idea in your mind now?
Right now, not such. Right now, I didn't have any idea. So,
Okay. Oh, so it's fine. As for newcomers, my suggestion would be, for example, the origin one, let me see, the example issue would be quite friendly for newcomers. It is launched by Arian Nanda. The issue 194. I have put the link on the chat box. Do you see that?
yes, sir.
Yeah, the 194 one. That typically it is running the examples one by one, and I believe that you might know about this project. And then yeah, if you are interested in becoming a contributor in our open source community, you are very welcome to take a look at these examples and see whether it could be executed properly. If not, you are very welcome to try to submit some pull requests to try to fix these examples. Yeah, and I think that so that should be some friendly issues that newcomers can do. Um, yeah. And you are also very welcome if you have any other ideas in mind. Just let us know if you want to do something in our open source community. Okay.
Right now, I didn't have any idea, but can I tell you in the next, in the PR or through mail, if I have any?
Great. Yeah. You can take a look at it, and then if you have anything you wanted to do, just let us know. Currently, we have over 20 examples in KubeEdge. So they are submitted like gradually during the past 2 or 3 years. So after our community is going, the project is going big. So not all the examples are performing well as before. So we currently indeed need our contributors to work on the example polishing. Okay, so just feel free to ask questions or raise some ideas from your side. Okay, great. Then we will continue to our Chinese session. So if you don't mind, we will use Chinese again. Okay. OK，那我国亮这边是不是 OK 了？就我们可以看看。
对，我刚刚把它重新这个 PR 给重新 open 了一下。然
OK，
后
不过
就
你那 PR 名字肯定是要改的。你看，你甚至看，对，甚至看一下要不要没事，
我之后再重新提交一个 PR 吧。
也行。然后呢，这里头不是我其实感觉整体还行，我刚才看了一下，反正
然后就是改那个颜色嘛，颜色的话就是目前能够做到最好的程度就这个程度了。对，
对哦，这看是正常多了。好，它蓝框是干嘛的？
这个是我自己画的那个蓝框，就是框，就是那个物件的。
就是到时候那个 object detection 的时候，那个识别框吗？
对，
还不是的，我不知道是不是啊？
对，这因为现在这个是我自己框的。
对，那 OK，因为是这样，我记得之前的大部分 YOLO 的 version 它其实是没办法做旋转检测的，就是它的框是那种就是很矬的，就是只能是水平的那个或者垂直的，
或者是
对，
那种
如果你需要一个那种旋转检测的，就是它的框可以斜的，有那种可YOLO V8不一定能满足你要求，不过你先看着吧，对吧？我觉得你可以先标一个准确的，对吧？你现在这个标法其实是准确的，对吧？就是实际上我们其实想它要做到这个程度，如果它只是以前的那种普通的那种 object detection，然后是那种水平框的话，对吧？我理解感觉对我们去做那个物体抓取好像就没有什么指导意义，对吧？就它框的地方，对吧？其实是有偏移的，它抓不住那个物体，到时候。
对。
OK，
我到时候先试一下，然后再去调研一下有时候。对。
好的，行啊。然后但没关系，应该不妨碍我们这个 proposal。就你就先假设啊，哪怕 YOLO V8跑出来效果不好，对吧？也无所谓啊，就反正能先第一优先级是第一那个数据集，那数据集确实要足够真实，所以我觉得现在这个版本是好很多了。然后呢，第二是那个就刚才提到的，有可能会有那个算法问题，
对。
然后其他看有没有其他改动，我需要知道的。
的话，这个是那个机器人运动的相关信息，这个也没有。然后基本上就没有了，就因为上次就是提到那3个问题，就是基本上就做这些改动。
好的，那我觉得整体一个是那个税级名字，对吧？然后另外是那个架构上面稍微那个把这些改动的东西 highlight 出来，然后最后是那个这个税级的就颜色各方面，对吧？
对，
我看都改了，所以我这边 OK，我会给个 LG 我这边已经 OK 了。然后呢，然后后面你可能就可以看看那个税级，对吧？整体。
对，后面就开始要做那个大标签，然后在那个 YAML 上开始做那个算法相关的工作了。
OK，好的，行啊，那就这么着。然后我会给一个，然后呢，当然你那些对吧？第一那个 PR 名字要改对吧？然后呢，那个记得签名对吧？不要忘记签名。
对对对，签名签名。
对，然后到时候不要交一大堆 commit 上来，你小心，
就是
你交的时候
我先
你稍微撇一下，然后有可能对吧？如果你需要的话，你就先更新一下你的项目，然后你再交，对吧？就不对，因为有些同学的代码已经开始合进去了，所以或者他的一些 proposal 合进去，有可能会被你带走，所以你可能先先拉一下他们那个仓库，然后然后再交。然后到时候交之前你撇一下，看看那个 commit 的数目有没有问题，对吧？就按理应该是正常的话应该是一个才对，
对，因为我今天的话，我也把我前面的那些 commit 我都给他 rebase 了一下。
好的，对，那这样应该就按理就没什么问题了。然后刚才提的注意事项应该留心一下，应该就可以。然后名字就正常，就是 proposal 冒号，然后项目名字也就可以了。然后 commit message 甚至都可以用一样的东西，就写清楚到底是干嘛的就行。行啊，那挺愉快，就这么着。然后最后一个就是，到时候我们这个税集得放到那 cargo 上面去。
就是我到时候的话，我弄好之后的话，我要把它上传到那个 cargo 上。
是这样，我建议是，到时候你建一个那个 cargo 的账号，你先这样，我不知道你现在有没有啊？
我有。
哦，好，那
我已经在上面，我之前在上面已经做了一些东西了。
是这样，因为我们还想保证那个Janus 有个统一入口，然后另一层面是到时候最好那个链接就是不带太多那种个人信息，因为之前也有其他同学这么干，然后他那链接，因为他那链接上面会直接带着大家的账号名。就是有些人就把自己的真名因为他用自己的名字来做那个 cargo 账号名的那种，然后就是会看到各种五花八门的那个个人账号名在里面出现，对吧？很正常。所以
我也是。
对，我觉得大家的习惯都这样，很正常啦。然后但从社区这边看，就是那个就五花八门，所以我觉得这样就是因为他 Janus 是有个官方账号的，然后到时候我在官方账号这边给你创建一个那个一个税集，然后呢，接下来把你分配成管理员，然后呢，你就可以随便在上面加那个东西了，这么着。
好的。
对，然后反正你现在有账号了，我干脆现在就搞一个吧。我们就到时候不用再拉其他会议，而且到时候有可能有不少成员在那等我们搞这个等等，我先把录制给关了。OK，那我们正常会议的那个就周会的议题就到这里。我们接下来下来讨论一下那个数据集这个。